Hello everybody, it's Scottomato. In this video I'm going to show you an amazing mod that I have just recently discovered. I've been playing with it and man, it is a game changer with just a small number of parameters. It's amazing how powerful it can be. That mod is called Effortless Building, and in fact it is Effortless Building. Of course I'll leave a link in the description, but guys, I'm going to show you how to make a road with it. Well, that kind of demonstrates some of its capabilities right from the beginning. It kind of makes them useful and easy to understand, and something that we all want to do in our worlds, but it's kind of tedious. So let me show you that. First of all, the mod itself is accessible through hotkeys, all right? Just through hotkeys. It doesn't have any items or anything that are put into the world. So you want to go to the Effortless Building area in your hotkey setup and assign it whatever you want. Like the default is add and subtract, but I make it up and down, at least in this world. Then you do have this thing that's added to toggle between survival and creative mode with a hotkey of F4. So that just switches your mode. You can decide whether you want to use that or not. It's fine. I'm just going to leave it. Okay, so I have up and down, and it looks like it's conflicting with journey map, but that's only the full screen stuff, so it actually doesn't conflict. All right, so let me show you how this guy works. All right, so if I hit the up key, I get the menu, the configuration menu, and there's two types of operations, basically. These are kind of like mathematical operations. And so at first, until you kind of get your way around, they may be a little bit confusing of how this works. We're going to look at the array first because it's pretty much the easiest to understand. Okay, so an array is going to place multiple blocks, and you can choose how you want those blocks placed. Okay, so we're going to do a road. All right, I'm facing north here. So from my F3 screen, I can see that, you know, if this is not regular F3, this is mini HUD. But from the F3 screen, I can get the direction I'm facing, or I just happen to know that that's negative Z. So I'm facing negative Z. So I would want to configure this to go 1 in the direction of negative Z. Then I could choose the count of the number of blocks that I want to place. So I want to place 16 blocks, one after the other, and there we go. So it'll show you a preview of that. It's not showing you the very first block, but it's showing you the blocks that get placed behind it. So bam, there we go. 16 blocks get placed. All right, pretty awesome. So do that. Now there's also a mode in here called Quick Replace, okay? And that's the key that I had assigned for down. That's a mode that's Quick Replace, okay? So just be aware of that. Toggle Quick Replace. So if I push that, it'll go against the ground and it'll replace these blocks. So if I right click on it, bam, it'll go through and lay 16 blocks replacing these. Okay, so of course, super easy to create a road like that. Okay, and you're thinking, okay, that's really cool. See, and then if I get them out, it'll actually clear the whole area. All right, and then if I need to get out a Quick Replace, if I want to do that, then I can place all my grass back. Okay, so pretty simple to do. Now, the cool thing about this is it does include one item. I misspoke earlier and said it didn't include any items. It does, in fact, include one item. That item is called the Randomizer Bag. Okay, so the Randomizer Bag. And let's look at the recipe for that. It's basically 4 leather and a plank. So very cheap, very, very cheap. So open it by shift right click, and it will have some items that you can put in it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put, well, I will put gravel, and I'll put not stone, I'll put some cobble, I'll put stone bricks, and I will put mossy stone bricks, and then I could put grass, you know, just to break it, make it a broken path. But in this case, I'll put coarse dirt. Okay, so basically you've got space for these 5 blocks. Be nice to have more, but 5 is plenty. That's just asking for, you know, more. So I'm going to turn on Quick Replace. You can see in the chat that it tells you that it's replaced. And then I hold the bag. Okay, hold the bag, and bam. All I do is right click on it. So I get a mix of blocks then. Bam, bam. So you can see creating roads. Beautiful, beautiful thing, guys. And I'm just doing it at 16, you know. I mean, you can make them as long as you want. So like I could even change it from here to, let's say, to go to 32. Now you can see if you hold shift there, you can go up 10. So there's 26. And if I hold control, I go up 5. It's actually on the Mac, it's different, but you'll get the point. And that's 32. So now I could do 32 blocks and bam, bam, bam. Now notice it randomizes them. So if I hit again, I don't like what I have, then I can just go through and just randomize those a little bit. Okay. Pretty nice. And then I could like make shorter sections of it. So like I could just go through, and you could do the same by going down. So I can go down by 10. So let's just say I do, 5 or 6. It doesn't matter. Let's do 7. If I do an area of 7, well, let's do half since we're at 32, a quarter actually, and just go through and bam. And now we're just doing small sections, okay? So that's too many stone bricks, so I randomize it there, and so on and so forth. Now you can also go in then and take out the coarse dirt and add in a grass block, and then randomize, from there. So now it'll start to break up the road a little bit and, have holes in it and such. So you could just go through and play and just get it how you like it, but very, very, very convenient. Okay, now that's just one thing. Now let's say that we want to actually make the road like kind of go off at an angle. All right, angled roads are kind of problematic sometimes, but we'll also be doing some other things along with this. So I'm going to actually just move off into another little area, and then we'll do some more stuff with that road right there. But I want to show you how to make a one that's angled. So to do it, obviously, then you just go ahead and add an X parameter to it, right? And let's go ahead and get our count back up. Let's go to 32. There, and you can type in those. Now notice that's going to be a 45-degree road right there. So if I place this from the bag in a replace mode, bam, 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 there we go. So now we've got a road that's at 45 degrees. Super nice. It's super, super, super nice, guys. Oh my goodness. Now I can actually have a lesser angle, okay? And you can adjust that. So just increase your X angle, and now, you're getting more angles. Now, I don't know exactly what that is, and then of course I can make it go the other way as well, like that. Now it's an angle this way, but you could go through and bam, 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 bam. And so there's a road that's at a more oblique angle. I don't know if oblique's the right word, but geometry class is kind of going through my head right now. But anyway, so you can definitely place them in unique patterns, okay, in unique angles. So you're not just stuck to just straight roads doing this. And again, I have to mention that is super awesome, super awesome. Okay, but let's look at a road itself that is straight. Now these roads, you wouldn't be able to do this technique. You could do it with like a bordering, like with regular stone. Like if I just wanted a stone border on this guy, the last one I did, then I could just go through and make a stone border, quite easily like that, like that. So, I could make borders along it, but not exactly like what we're going to do here. I could, I suppose. We'll play with it. Well, we should play with it right now. Actually, it's not that hard to remember. I just do need to remember I have X -2. Let's make a sign so that I remember this. I didn't plan all this in detail because it's just so fun to play with that I've tried to learn as I go. So let's just say this one is a X -2 and of course Z1. Okay. Fine. Oh. Got to turn it off. Yeah, you don't want to place this side as an array. X -2, Z1. Oh, I'm in quick replace mode. You got to be aware of that. Now notice that when you are in quick replace mode, it's going to give you this white outline square. Okay. So let's try that one more time, guys. I've made all the mistakes you could make. Don't worry. I'm a professional. There we go. Yeah. I've made all the mistakes that you could make. So that's good. Now this one was X1. So, X -1, I believe. It could have been 1. Not sure. And Z 1. Okay. Now, so let's go through and can't fly. Let's go through and let me show you what I'm trying to do here. All right. So let's look at the mirror tool as well along with this. But first of all, let's just do it straight. All right. So we're going to take now and we're going to go back to our array and we're at 32. That's all fine. We'll set this back to 0 and we'll leave this at -1. So that's going to place each one beside itself. Now notice I can go through and I can break those. That's one method. And then place stairs like that to create a little gutter. Super awesome. Okay, and it keeps the alignment of the stairs down, right? And then of course I could go on to the other side and do that. Now you can also do it with quick replace. Let me get my grass blocks. I put them in the bag. That's okay. Yeah, I could do quick replace and replace all that to undo it. You know, that would essentially work. I could also use quick replace on the stairs itself without having to have an intermediate step and do it that way. Okay, so and then quick replace those again to undo it. So pretty easy to undo, but there also is another way. Like, all right, let me go through and quick replace these and get back to where we were. All right, there is another way. Let's look at the mirror tool now. All right, so the mirror, we turn it on. It's going to give you some coordinates that are kind of confusing, but it'll tell you the position of the mirror and all this kind of stuff, the size, the direction, all that, okay? So we do want the direction to be perpendicular to us, which is on the X axis. We're facing towards Z, right? And we want to first set our position here. Set the mirror position to current player position. That's here. So you can see it puts a line up and a line out that lets us know this is the player position that we're at, okay? And then it tells us how it's mirroring. So it's mirroring along this axis. So right now I'm standing directly at the center point, okay? And so as I move away from the center point, that I mirror, okay? As many blocks as I've moved, it moves on to the other side, up to 20, okay? Up to in this case, up to 20. Of course, it's not just where I move, it's actually where I'm looking. It's the cursor. Okay. And then if I move backward, it'll do the same thing. It'll mirror off the side of the axis. Okay. Off the center. It's mirroring around this. And it's mirroring on what I set, which in this case is X. Okay. So that'll give us exactly what we want. Basically, as soon as I do this, I'm mirroring onto each side of the road. So then all I need to do is I can turn on quick replace and bam. Okay, there's my gutter. In one little click, I've got a gutter. Now this guy is not going to work with the stairs on those. That's what I was talking about with these ones that are angled. It's not going to work with the stairs, obviously, because they're not going to be able to turn in that type of direction. All right. But we could also easily just go through and extend that. Now let's look at putting like lights down, for instance. Okay, light posts. Let me actually get a wall too. Forgot to get that. Let's start out with Bossy Walls. Okay, and so we can keep mirror enabled. That's fine, but we want to offset now -5. So it'll place them every 5. In fact, we'll just go through and place them every 9. That'll cover our space. And count up to 32. Now, see, that's where you got to adjust this. How many copies should be made? So you really want to divide that by 32 by 9. So we're only going to do 3 copies. Let's go all the way down. Oops. Yeah, so you can quickly move through them. So let's do 3 copies, right? Because we're placing them every 9. So then all I need to do is just go through and place. First of all, let's make ourselves a nice. I'll do it afterwards. That's fine. Let's just place. So this would be No, I tell you what, I am going to go through and place an area for it to be put. Okay, that's basically what I did, is made a stand for it. Okay, so there you can see it along there, super nice. And then I just go through and place whatever I want. Just build it up. Here we go. Oops. In that case, no, that's wrong, because I needed to turn off quick replace. Okay, not a problem. Turn off quick replace. Now do it. So there. Then I could put a fence, a couple fences, like so. And I can even go through and, you know, make a little pattern like that I wanted. And either put torches. I'll go ahead and just put a sea lantern. So put a sea lantern in the middle. And there you go. So now you've got all the way mirrored along the side of the road. You've got a gutter. You've got a place for these. And then you have the torches. So, you know, or the lights. So super easy and super nice. Now let's test if we can actually do that at an angle. Okay, I haven't actually tried this before. So let's see. Let's first start off, I suppose, by getting back to where we were. X -1. Is that this guy? Get out of quick replace. No. Okay, so this one was 1, I believe, instead of -1. Oh, I've got spacing. Let's go ahead and get rid of the spacing so I can see where I'm at. Get back to where I was on creating that guy. And then it was 32. So you can type in here, by the way, quicker. All right. So I didn't do X1. Or maybe I did, but I did Z -1. Yeah. Okay, that's it right there. So I can, yeah, go along and make myself the stone border. All right. So technically, I should be able to. I'm not sure how the mirror works exactly. Oh, it'll work just fine. Awesome. This mod is incredible, guys. Really incredible. So now then, let's go through and make our spacing of -9. Yeah. And then we'll change that to be 3. Right? No. Let's make it 9. Let's see. It's the offset I'm changing. Again, I have not tried this. I do not know. No, that's not going to work. Okay, so it's not going to work on what we did before. Basically, you see what I was trying to do is place one every 9 off in that direction. But by doing so, I changed the angle because I've created this angle. So I don't think it could be done. If so, I'll update you on that. But it's not the mirroring that's the problem. The mirroring's fine. It's the spacing. You've created this spacing that you can't really duplicate. You know, 1 you can duplicate like that. You know, you're saying 1. But see, if I change the X offset, then I've changed the angle. So that won't work. Okay, that's fine. Live and learn. That's how it goes. Some of this, like I said, is to think through it. And if you know in the comments, if I make a mistake, then let me know. But anyway, guys, this is so amazingly cool to be able to just quickly create these roads. And that's just a tiny, tiny, tiny sliver of what this mod can do. And I'm going to definitely do more videos on what this can do because I'm impressed. I'm impressed on how seamlessly it works. And if you just put your thinking cap on a little bit, think about what the numbers are saying and doing, then you can create amazing stuff very, very quickly. It's survival friendly because it will use the blocks that you have in your inventory. I did it in creative, but you could easily do it in survival, and it'll just use all those blocks in your inventory just like you place them. You can actually do some structured digging and stuff as well, and I'll highlight that in upcoming videos. But I am super impressed with this mod. It is awesome. I will leave a link in the description. Please like, subscribe, and join the tribe, guys. Let me know what you think about this, and I'll do more videos. Let me know what you want to see. Take care. Have a great day. This is Scott Omado. Bye-bye.